Hello guitarists, musicians and beautiful people out there everywhere. I'm Frank and this is my Gibson Flying V from 1994. It's a 67 reissue in cherry. It is absolutely crack-a-jack. So come along on my journey and let's go. Well, here it is. The Gibson 1994 Flying V 67 reissue in cherry. It is beautiful.
Beautiful.
And they're ever popular, these guitars, that's for sure. Well, as you might know, the Flying Vs were first produced by a Gibson in 1958, and they were designed as a futuristic guitar to take on, at that time, was a really well-selling Fender Stratocaster. There were two other designs that came out with Gibson at that time. There was the Futura, which became the Explorer, and the Modern, of which there aren't any known existing 1958 Moderns at all. There were only just under 100 of these beautiful Flying Vs made back in 1958 as well. So they're very rare back in 1958, and they were, well, as I said, not super popular. The original guitars were made back then in mahogany, and this guitar is made in mahogany as well. And they said in those days that mahogany was too heavy, so they discontinued making them in mahogany, and they went to a different type of timber called limber, from the limber tree. But Carina did something Gibson did something really weird then. They recalled the limber Carina. They just made the word up themselves.
I made it up.
But that name of Carina still sticks today. There you go. So if you have a look at this guitar itself, where you see the pickups, they're basically in the middle of the mass, and Gibson say that is to help with sustain, being right in the middle of the mass. The headstock itself is the standard Gibson 17-degree offset. They say that that puts the pressure on the nut, which also helps sustain as well. Now this guitar came in when I weighed it at 3.44 kilos, which I don't think is too heavy at all. It's about what I'd expect of something like a Les Paul. Yeah, so very good. This particular guitar was produced for the Yamano Music Corporation in Tokyo in Japan. With the guitar comes some fantastic case candy. The Gibson USA from Yamano Music. Unfortunately, it's in Japanese, all the instructions, so I can't read it. The different models that Gibson brought out in that year, in 1994. Guitars, Les Pauls, they're all in there. And there's the V, of course, there it is. Comes with these little tools for adjusting the guitar. Comes with a Gibson strap with lightning bolt and the philosophy of Yamano. Pretty cool stuff. Now, Yamano Music Corporation have a wonderful philosophy. It's on their paperwork and they call it Great Philosophy is Contributing to Society through the Promotion of Music. Fantastic. Now, Yamano demanded high quality, and this instrument is of a very high quality. That is for sure. It has two burstbucker pickups. It has one master volume, two tones, one tone for each of the pickups, stop tailpiece, vintage style machine heads, tuners, and it has no binding. The rosewood neck, I think, is absolutely beautiful, yes. Now, there were some famous players of these guitars. Albert King, the great blues player, had a 1958 Flying V, one of the originals, and he named it Lucy. Jimi Hendrix, of course, Jimmy played Flying V, as we all know, left-handed. Mark Bolan of T-Rex, Paul Stanley of Kiss, Dave Davies of the Kinks back in the 60s played one of the original Flying Vs, etc., etc., etc. So now, what did these guitars sound like? The strings on this guitar, the original strings from when I got the guitar, I believe they're the original strings that were put on it back in 1994. They're a little bit rusty, a bit like me, but I'm going to plug it in through my Spark and we'll have a listen. So that is the 1994 67 reissue Gibson Flying V. It is absolutely stunning. Comes in its original case, comes with its paperwork from Gibson Japan. It's Gibson Japan, no, it's Gibson USA, but it's all in Japanese. Comes with a case of bits and pieces to work on as well. So there you go. So if you like my video, give me the thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel down the bottom there. And you can leave a comment. I'd love to hear from people. Tell me how bad my guitar playing is. So there you go. I'm Frank. This is my guitar journey. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye-bye.